Hola amigos, ¿qué tal? Stuart here from Spain Speaks. With an update video, we'll have a bit of a chat about what's making the news in Spain today. Not only the Spanish news, but also the international news as well about Spain. While I enjoy this fantastic Friday morning out and about here, the sun has returned. We've had a couple of rainy days. The last couple of days have been a bit wet, I'm not going to lie, but the sun is back out today, and we'll go through some of the news, as I said, while this construction carries on behind me. So let's get into the news. Now, one of the biggest stories this week, not only here in Spain but around the world as well, as we can see in this BBC article here, if you can read that, about the 8 arrests after 2 officers died in that narco boat chase down there in Cadiz. And it highlighted the problem that province in Spain, Cadiz, the Cadiz province down there in Andalusia, one of the many provinces in Andalusia is Cadiz, and as I said, the problem with illegal drug trafficking down there. Now, this is a problem that is not new. It's been going on for a long time. Some people brought to my attention the fact that there's a television program shown in the States about this. It's called something like Narcos in Spain, and it shows the way that the civil guard here and the customs officers fight the illegal drug trade in the south of Spain. Now, it's not unique to Cadiz. Malaga also has problems with this, but the worst part of Spain for this illegal drug trafficking is the Campo de Gibraltar, or that area surrounding the Rock of Gibraltar. And of course, some of the Spanish towns there that border with Gibraltar have this issue. Now, as I said, this problem goes back decades. It's nothing new. When I went to Cadiz some 20 years ago, I went to a place called Barbate, where these 2 officers were killed last week, and there was an issue with illegal drugs back then. I didn't see any of these narco speedboats or hashish washing up on the beaches down there, but what I did see was a lot of young people with a lot of money, people that don't work, that have a lot of money in their back pocket, because that's what it's all about, the money that these people can make. And Cadiz is one of the areas in Spain with the highest unemployment. Not only youth unemployment, but also regular unemployment in Cadiz is very, very high. And that's one of the reasons why the illegal drug trafficking is so prominent down there, because people don't do anything else, and this is easy money for some, apparently. But what this tragedy in Cadiz has also highlighted is that the Guardia Civil, or the civil guard here in Spain, is underfunded in its fight against drugs, and that's one of the big complaints. One of the reasons these 2 officers died was because the equipment they have down there, the equipment they use to fight the illegal drug industry, is not up to scratch, and that's one of the reasons why 2 officers died. They were run over by a huge boat, and the civil guard boat was tiny in comparison. So the question that I have, and the question that a lot of people here in Spain have, is why isn't the government putting more resources into fighting that problem down there in Cadiz? Why can't the civil guard get the same type of boats, the same speed boats that these narco traffickers use? Spain seems to have a lot of money to throw around on other things, but under-resourced when it comes to police services in some parts of the country, and that's an issue. But as I said, this is not a new problem. This is a problem that has been going on for decades and decades in that part of Spain. And the locals down there, a lot of the locals in that part of Spain, are fed up. So we'll see if this tragedy, the deaths of those 2 officers down there, changes the situation. But again, I'm not going to hold my breath. Now, I'll try and find another piece of news of interest. Some of the headlines that I'm reading here today. The first one from The Guardian: what will Spain look like when it runs out of water? Barcelona is giving us a glimpse. So again, talking about the drought issues in parts of Spain, Barcelona, for example, and the south of Spain, Malaga, the serious drought issues. And according to this article, this is what Spain will look like when it runs out of water. Another article here from Sword in English, just the headline: 4 cities in Andalusia named among the best in Spain for sightseeing. Don't think we'll look at that one. And this one here, Spain gives its pensioners subsidised holidays and it wants other EU countries to join in. So we'll click on this one because it could be of some interest. And as we can see the headline, as I just read, Spain gives its pensioners subsidised holidays and it wants other countries to join in. Now, this is a fact here in Spain that pensioners do get subsidised holidays to some parts of the country. For example, Benidorm in the winter months lives off this type of subsidised tourism for retired people. And as we can see here in the article, Spain wants other countries to do the same thing. Now, again, I'll go back to the article that I mentioned a couple of minutes ago about the underfunding of the police forces here in Spain. So Spain has money to subsidize pensioners that want to go on holiday, but it doesn't have enough money to fight the drug issues in the south of the country. Something seems wrong, but again, that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Not saying that pensioners don't deserve a subsidized holiday, but I think you have to get your priorities right. But again, just my opinion. So as we can read here, pensioners in Spain are being given a bonus that many can only dream of. Millions of older adults, both Spanish and foreigners living in Spain, are eligible for healthy subsidized trips, costing as little as 115 euros for short breaks and 455 euros for longer holidays. Launched in 2021 by the Spanish government, it's been steadily getting more popular since the post-COVID uptick in travel. And as we can also see here, the scheme is called the IMSERSO, and it's the Institute for the Elderly and Social Services, and it's a government agency responsible for managing social services. So there we go. If you are a pensioner residing here in Spain, as we saw, not only for the Spanish, but also foreign retired people as well, this program, this scheme, this IMSERSO program could be a program for you if you're interested in that type of thing, a subsidized holiday to some part of Spain. Not sure that you can choose where you want to go or if the government decides for you, but again, if anybody knows more about this scheme here in Spain for retired people to get a subsidized holiday, let me know in the comment section below. I'm interested to know, and hopefully schemes like this will be around for people like me when I retire. Let's hope. Now I'll keep scrolling through the news, and there's another article here from the Mirror that's caught my attention, an anti-Spain article. No surprises there. Let's click on this one. And the typical sensationalist headline, Brits warn Spain and Greece becoming more expensive as other holidays get cheaper. The Mirror has worked with flight comparison website Hopper to work out which routes to holiday hotspots in Spain, Greece, Portugal and other countries have increased in price and which have decreased. And the article goes on to say that the biggest hike seen was for return flights from the UK to Menorca in Spain. Average flight prices have shot up from £178 in 2020 to £291 now, a 63% increase. Had the price of journeys to the Balearic Island followed inflation, it would now cost €232. And also, trips to Barcelona also rose by 30% from 143 to £187. So, not as cheap as it used to be, according to the Mirror and their flight comparisons to fly from the UK to Spain. Some of the destinations that we saw there have increased quite a lot. And this is something that people in the comment section on the Spain Speaks channel have been saying for some time now. And proven here since 2020, flights have gone up quite a bit. So will people start looking for cheaper destinations? That's the question. And with all of the other problems that Spain has at the moment, for example, drought and the fact that some swimming pools might not be full this summer, people may indeed decide to choose another destination other than Spain. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Are you going to come to Spain this summer? Let me know in the comment section below. Or are you going to look for a cheaper destination? Let me know. And the final piece of news we'll talk about today, we'll look at politics in Spain and the fact that there are regional elections this weekend in Galicia, and very important elections they are turning out to be. Now, a little bit of background about Galicia. The Partido Popular, which is the main opposition party at a national level here in Spain, the PP party has been dominating politics in Galicia for a long, long time. In fact, ever since democracy began in Spain and elections were held again after the Franco dictatorship, the Partido Popular has dominated in that area. In fact, they have won every election in Galicia, I believe, except for one. So they've been in power for a long, long time. In fact, the leader of the Partido Popular at a national level, Mr. Feijóo, comes from Galicia, and he was in power himself in Galicia for quite a while. So he was popular up there, Mr. Feijóo. But people are saying that there might be some changes up there in Galicia with these elections. The Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez has been campaigning hard in Galicia. He's pushing for a coalition government up there with his party, the PSOE party, and a nationalist party in Galicia called the BNG. And some people are saying that there could be some changes. Vox has also been campaigning hard. Vox doesn't have much support up there, but they're hoping to get more votes in Galicia. And if the Partido Popular doesn't get an absolute majority in Galicia, which some people are suggesting won't happen, Mr. Feijóo, the national leader of that political party, could have his days numbered because he has made some stuff-ups recently, especially when it comes to this whole Catalan independence saga and the amnesty for Carles Puigdemont. Many people are seeing Mr. Feijóo as a wishy-washy politician that doesn't really have his ideas clear. And as I said, if results don't go that party's way in Galicia, Mr. Feijóo might not be in his job at the end of next week. That's what some people are suggesting. So a big weekend for politics here in Spain, not only in Galicia, but also at a national level for the Partido Popular and Mr. Alberto Núñez Feijóo. We'll keep an eye on those results. On that note, I'm going to wrap the video up. Questions and comments, please leave them in the section below. Debate the situation out as you normally do. If you have anything to add to the conversation today, the comment section is the place for you. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. I'll see you in the next one. Hasta luego from a sunny Madrid.